Ja Morant just got away with murder, figuratively speaking, as Stephen A would say. Getting away with murder is a phrase used when you're in big trouble and face minimum repercussions. And that's what's just happened with Ja. He was subject to the biggest story in American sports this past week, yet despite all the backlash, speculation and investigation, it seems as if the reported 50-game ban and potential 10-year prison sentence was all just far-fetched possibilities overblown by the media. Because as we're about to get into during today's video, we have a huge update regarding Ja Morant, and I want you guys to let me know down below in the comments what you think of this punishment. For real quick, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Join us on our road to 200k. So in my last video, we talked about this whole Ja Morant situation, and I tried to tackle the subject from a different perspective because I don't think everyone on the internet coming for someone's neck, saying the same thing, ever does any good for anyone. In fact, I think it can be counterintuitive and have the complete opposite effect. So instead of joking on, making 8-mile skits and rewording the same repetitive monologues,
really make it seem like, bro, like he a bad person
and supportive. In my distant opinion, Ja
Like,
Morant is a young
it's
man
crazy
going
how
through a
the
bit of an
internet
identity crisis. He's clearly
makes
influenced by
celebrities,
Memphis
like,
culture,
the internet makes
hip-hop
celebrities
music, and is
fail,
surrounded
bro.
by
Like,
people with ties to the streets. For whatever reason, he thinks he's someone. And I'm pretty confident I know exactly who he thinks he is.
You can't,
But
bro.
first of all, let's
I think
update
people
you
don't
guys on what's
understand,
going
bro.
on. The Colorado Police Force and NBA
He
underwent
probably
an
from the hood,
investigation.
bro.
There wasn't sufficient evidence to charge Ja. No concrete proof that he violated any rules. So he's got away with it and has been suspended for 4 games. Which
4
I'm kind
games
of in
ain't
two minds
bad.
about, right? Because technically, Ja didn't do anything like terrible. Yeah, he looked stupid waving a gun around online, but on that particular one instance, he didn't threaten or hurt anyone. And if it was just that one instance, I don't think there'd be much of an issue. The reason it gathered as much attention as it did was the timing of it. There's been several incidents of late where Ja has been accused of gun-related offences, and by going on the internet,
Think, bro, the man
waving
is
the gun
celebrity,
around,
bro.
he kind of, at least in court of public opinion, validated those accusations. Now, I personally expected him to lose everything. I feel like whenever a celebrity makes a mistake and the whole world is on the same page, killing him for it, you then usually see major consequences. I thought
that's
he'd lose
because
his
he
shoe deal and other
a celebrity,
endorsements.
bro.
Whether or not
That's how
Ja
they treat
did anything
celebrities,
to
bro.
anyone on that Instagram live, he didn't exactly portray the squeaky clean, family-friendly image that brands tend to look for. Like, it would have been easy for Nike or Powerade to say, you know what, Ja, we don't want to endorse someone facing these kind of allegations. We'd rather promote someone with a cleaner image, like Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton even. So the fact that this hasn't happened already is a huge let-off for Ja. Considering the magnitude of this story, if the only repercussions are a 4-game suspension, when he could have missed the entire season and lost millions of dollars, it's a major W from him. But going forward, what Ja Morant needs to do is behave himself. There was another allegation that came out this week saying that Ja and his family went to impress a high schooler who name-called his younger sister. Again, a one-off incident. It isn't that big of a deal.
Come from the
But when you
hood,
stack them up together,
probably
all the
really
other
had
cases,
much
it can
growing
become
up.
problematic.
He got
As
a
an
little
NBA
thing.
star, you don't want to have any kind of conflict, as it's only a matter of time
Really do that about that.
before one of these little situations becomes something a lot more serious. When you're someone in Ja Morant's position, you gotta learn what's worth letting go. You don't have to address every bit of adversity in your life.
Yeah.
Everyone's been called names and
That's
disrespected in school. You really don't need to be pulling up, do you? So Ja needs to be careful, and quite honestly, he needs to stop thinking he's NBA Youngboy. This is just a personal observation of mine from afar, but I think Ja Morant thinks he's the NBA Youngboy of the NBA. And I say that because I've seen this kind of behavior before from people in my life, when they feel like they can relate to an artist, and sometimes deliberately, sometimes subconsciously, start
you really don't know, you know what I mean, how he grew up.
I mean, let's look at Ja. What's his signature celebration? The Gritty. Who made that a trend? Youngboy. What is it he says in every post-game interview?
It's a parade inside my city, yeah! It's a parade inside my city, yeah! Lord. It's a parade inside my city, yeah!
Whose lyrics are those? That's Youngboy's lyrics.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah!
waving the gun around on IG Live. Young boy. It's all young boy. His whole demeanor, wanting smoke with everyone in the NBA. That's young boy too. He's very isolated in the music industry. Independent artist. Doesn't really be doing features like that. Is always beefing everyone. That's young boy, but it's also Ja. This is what I said earlier about an identity crisis. I know it's kind of crazy.
They trying to make this man seem like a monster, bro.
Who I've never met or known. But I see this a lot in my generation, and me and Ja are the same age. And that's young, impressionable people acting like their favorite rapper.
Is Ja?
They hear a song about
comment down below, how old is he?
Want to go pop
I don't even know how old
I know
he is.
people who spent their last few bills on a bit designer clothing because they want to relate to a bar about the brand in a song. We've transitioned
but everybody
to a
don't
bigger
grow up
issue
rich,
now
bro.
than just Ja specifically. But I genuinely believe the music we listen to is polluting the brains of the youth. It seems as if the more mainstream it becomes, the more extreme the content within the music becomes. Now you turn on the radio and hear a man joking on his dead ops, and we call it a form of art, and we'll applaud these artists for putting on for the city. I see a generation of people struggling to separate enjoying music and mirroring the behavior of he who creates it. The last person any young person should be looking up to is NBA Youngboy. A 22-year-old with what, 10 baby mamas? Hitting everything that moves, spreading his well-documented STD. He's a guy that's in and out of jail with more charges than you can shake a stick at. Pretty sure he was seeing the Cash Me Outside girl when she was still a minor. This isn't a young boy hate speech. I'm not judging him because I'm sure his circumstances growing up are a reason he is the way he is today. But I'm also not saying he's someone the youth should be looking up to or striving to be like. Because
that's
he's
the
an
industry,
exception.
bro.
He's the
Can't
rare
blame the
case
industry, bro.
of someone it works out for. If you emulate NBA Youngboy's behavior and you're not NBA Youngboy, it's not going to end very well for you. So if Ja Morant wants to be and act like Youngboy, and every kid wants to be and act like Ja Morant, then what happens? You have a whole generation idolizing people who promote self-destructive things. We need to stop looking up to the rappers we listen to and glorifying the lifestyles they portray in the music. Everything that's promoted in hip-hop nowadays is self-destructive. Spend all your money on materialistic items, cars, clothes, jewelry. So when you do get a bit of money, you're buying things that depreciate in value. A photo of Ja Morant came out the same night of the incident. What was he doing? Blowing money at the club. There could be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000 on the floor in the strip club. You call it fun, I call it degeneracy. This kind of behavior that's encouraged through the music is why we have so little black billionaires. There's few individuals who've accumulated $1 billion through sports. Ja Morant is someone who has the potential to do so. You look at Michael Jordan, gambling issues. Floyd Mayweather has all the money in the world and still can't afford to fund his lifestyle. What else do they encourage you to do in the music? Hit as many girls as possible. What comes with that? Single mothers, fatherless children, broken homes, heck, diseases, child support. I didn't even mention the trap, which more often than not leads to two things: jail or death. So we're at a point now where we've lost all positive influences in hip-hop music. And I'm not specifically blaming the artists, because I know the industry is structured to be that way. But we can't start to lose the athletes as well. I need Ja to understand that he's an athlete and doesn't need to try to be like anyone to be accepted. Ja, you're in the NBA. You're one of the faces of the league. The youth resonate with you as much as any young star in the NBA. You possess the most powerful thing that money can't buy, and that is influence. You have a responsibility to be a positive one, because if it's you that replaces LeBron as the face of the NBA, if you replace him as the face and you start to move like this, then that's the new standard. And then where are we at with everything? The next generation of NBA superstars are trying to be like Ja, and Ja was trying to be like NBA Youngboy. Then we won't just have lost rappers as positive influences, we'll have lost the athletes too. And that would be tragic for young men all around the world. Now that his punishment doesn't seem like it's going to be so severe, I just hope that all the backlash Ja has received is enough for him to realize that he can't continue the way he's going. I'll say it again, Ja Morant, you owe it to the youth to do better than what you're doing right now. Anyways, guys, that's just my opinion. You may have a different one. Share it down below in the comment section. And on that note, it's DKM signing out. Until next time, and peace.